Let me ask you something. If you were offered $10 million today but couldn't wake up tomorrow, would you take it? No. Then you've already got something more valuable than money. You've got life, and what you do with it starting right now, that's where the power lies. This message is for the hungry, for the dreamers, for those tired of surviving and ready to start thriving. You've got greatness in you. Let's wake it up. Are you waiting on the illusion of perfection before you go live with your life? See, a lot of people, they procrastinate. Well, I'm not good enough yet. You're not good enough yet. Are you waiting on the illusion of perfection before you go live with your life? Are you aware of the fact that you will fail your way to success? Are you aware of the fact that you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great? Are you willing to let something die in you today that you should be going live with tomorrow? Waiting on the illusion of perfection. I was one. Let me go to B. I just love this. Music. Are you allowing the fear of tomorrow to rob you of the joy of today? Are you allowing the fear of tomorrow to rob you of the joy of today? You know, a lot of people, they have a fear-driven life. And when you have a fear-driven life, it's been said that most of the fears we have, 95% of them, never happen. That the fears that most of us conjure up in our minds and waste a lot of energy over, gain weight over, dig early graves with our teeth, turn our hair gray or lose weight, never happen, and we allow those fears that we have of what might happen to rob us of the joys of today. Today is all you have. Life has no duplicate. Enjoy what you have where you are right now. Do what you can where you are with what you have right now, and God will do what you can't. He wants us to be joyful. And there's a difference between being joyful and being happy. Being happy is dependent upon circumstances, but joy, come on now. Joy passes all human understanding. What do you mean by that? Because people wonder, how can you be joyful given what's happening to you? Or given what you've gone through? How can you be joyful given what life has done to you? Or given your situation? We visited people in the hospital, one in one bed, same condition, just joyful. Another person, oh there, I don't know. The Lord is able, I'm just trying to make it, honey. One foot on the banana peeling and the other in the graveyard. No, don't allow anything that you worry about rob you of your joy of today, especially if it involves somebody else. Wherever they find themselves at some point in time, they made an appointment to be there. You control you. You live your life. Stop trying to play God. You can't control nobody. I don't care how much you love them. You can't control their choices and what direction they decide to take their lives in. Oh, that sounds hard. I know. You know, this is the world's smallest violin playing the world's saddest song. Be joyful. So they were just throwing different quotes, and then they would take their tag and tag it and do their piece with it. Or they'll take a part of their story, and they'll do their take on their story. And then I'll ask, can I take a swing at that, please? And they said, sure. And when I finished, they said, you know what? You tell my story, but I tell my story. We have a wonderful community of people who love to change lives. If that's you, if you have a story, you want to learn how to tell it, get it out, make more money with it, increase your cash flow, be a voice of influence and develop a national and global reputation with your story like I have, I want you to go to Hungry Toe. Com? Go there now, go there to Hungry Toe. Com and become a part of our community. And that's really, to me, the most important part. Because when I started out, all I had was Mike Williams, my mentor, Mike Williams, who wrote the book, The Road to Your Best Stuff. And he was coaching me. But when you're in a community of people, and trust me on this, right now more than ever, it's very important to be in a community of like like-minded, positive people who lift your spirit. Iron sharpening iron, people who bring value to you, people where you can develop strategic partnerships, people that you can work together, people that are motivated and driven and have a focus of what they want to do with their lives. This is a time, and this is a quote that deals with this, preparation. Prepare yourself to be positioned so that your life will be in a good place when whatever happens comes your way. The question is, are you willing to be patient with the preparation? See, a lot of people want success right now. They want mastery right now. They want to be great right now. No, it ain't that kind of party. Mastery takes time. It takes time, and it takes coaching, and it takes practice. And it takes being around other people in a group that you feed off each other and give each other strength and hold each other accountable. And magic happens when you do that. You can either live your dreams or live your fears. And I think the majority of people actually are not living their dreams, but are living their fears. So I want to ask you a question. What are your fears? What are you afraid of? What are you scared of? Because we all have fears, don't we? We all have something that's blocking us, that's holding us back. And as we begin to look at life, what we realize is that the reason that most people are not living out their true potential and not doing all of the things that they would really like to do is because of fear. Some people call fear false evidence or expectations appearing real. I'm reminded of the story of a guy that was living in an area where he had some new neighbors, and these neighbors had a bulldog. And when he came home every day, this bulldog used to chase him about a half a block from his house. Every day he would have to streak home. I mean, he would just run. This bulldog would be right on his heels. And so he just got tired of that, because he would go home about a half a block away from home. He would look around for this bulldog and he would see, and he would go walking casually along, and this bulldog would come out of nowhere and start chasing him. He'd run home, so one day he just got tired, and so when the bulldog was running after him, he started running. He saw a rock, and he stopped to pick it up to throw at the bulldog. And when the bulldog got up on him, he started barking. He realized the bulldog didn't have any teeth in his mouth. Then he not chasing the bulldog, if you don't get on away from me. 'Cause the most the bulldog could have done is gum him. And so, you know what? Most people go through life running scared. Running scared from things that have no teeth in them, because they F-E-A-R, expectations appearing real. But see, we are brilliant enough to scare ourselves to death. Do you realize that? And there are some people, actually, who get a kick out of scaring themselves to death. I remember the last frightening movie I saw. It was The Exorcist. I will never forget. I was so frightened when I came home. I'll never forget. I drove in the driveway, and I had already called my former wife and said, "Listen, turn the lights on." I was coming in the driveway, and I was getting out of the car, and all of a sudden I couldn't get out. I start blowing my horn. I said, "Man, they got me, they got me." She came to the kitchen window and said, "Take your seat belt loose, fool." I said, "Oh, okay, okay, okay." I was frightened out of my wits, but there are a lot of people. They get off on that. They love it. I'm a person that my brother is a paratrooper, my twin brother. He's in the military, a career man. I would love to jump out of an airplane to parachute. I'm scared though. I mean, I really admire my brother for that. I would really love to be macho man like that. What are the things that you fear that's been keeping you from living your dream? That's been keeping you from doing some things that you would like to do? Just think about those things, and how do we begin to handle that? Abraham Maslow said that life is about growth, and he said you can either go back to your comfort zone, and there you won't find any growth, or you must be willing to go forward and face your fears again and again and again. Because you're never going to have a fear-free existence. I mean, some fear is acceptable and legitimate. There are some things that you really should be afraid of. Now, you shouldn't allow it to immobilize you. You acknowledge it, you take it into account, and you carry yourself accordingly. There are times that we should proceed with caution, but it's the difference between being stopped by fear. There's the difference between having a fear and the fear having you. So what do we do? 1. Acknowledge it and know that it's okay. Don't condemn yourself for being afraid. It's perfectly fine to have some fears. You acknowledge your fears, you embrace those fears, and then you move on. You act on whatever it is that you fear, because once you embrace it, see, what you resist will persist. What you resist will persist. So one of the most important things is to begin to embrace your fear. The next thing that's important to know, yes, it's possible that you can choose your future and direct the course of your life as you run toward your dream. It's necessary that you have goals, that you write those goals down, that you plan, that you think constantly of how you can begin to improve what it is that you're doing. If it's your presentations, if it's your recruiting skills, whatever that is. It's also necessary that you look for ways to always find a way to pull it out when everybody else thinks that you're defeated. That you've got to take personal responsibility to know that in order to become successful, you've got to make it your personal business to do it. But the next thing, ladies and gentlemen, I want to share with you, that some of you already know, that it's hard. It's not easy. It's hard changing your life. It was hard when just over 3 years ago in the Penobscot building in Detroit, Michigan, where I was operating my business, and I fell on some hard times, and I was sleeping in my office. It was hard coming into the lobby, and the security said, "Excuse me, Mr. Brown, can we see you for a moment?" And I said yes. And I walked up to the counter, and he gave me an envelope, and he said, "Would you mind reading it here?" And I opened the envelope, and the envelope was from management that said, "This is an office tower. It's not a hotel. Please do not sleep in your office." And I said, "Excuse me, sir. I just work long hours in creating my business. I'm an entrepreneur, and right now things are bad for me, but they're not going to be this way always, and I just ask for the opportunity to continue to operate like I'm doing. I'm not trying to make this my home." And it was hard coming through the lobby, and sometimes they would laugh. There's a guy talking about becoming successful, and look at him. He's bathing in the bathroom upstairs on the 21st floor. He sleeps on the floor. Him and 2 other dreamers up there. Look at him. It was hard, ladies and gentlemen, coming to speak to people, and I was facing financial difficulties in my own life. I was behind on my bills and my dreams, and I'm saying to them, you can live your dream. It was hard, ladies and gentlemen. It was very difficult to pick myself up each day believing that I could do it. There were times that I doubted myself. I said, "God, why is this happening to me? I'm just trying to take care of my children and my mother. I'm not trying to steal or rob from anybody. Why does this have to happen to me?" It was very hard. And here's what I want to say to you, for those of you that have experienced some hardships. Don't give up on your dream. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's not going to be easy. It was hard. I was on the floor of the Peacock building looking out of the window daydreaming, saying, "Les, can you do this? Can you make this happen?" I used to listen to tapes day in and day out. See you at the top, my great friend Zig and Dennis Waitley, and different other motivational speakers and Dr. Norman Vincent Peale and Dexter saying, "Don't let nobody steal your dream." I used to ask myself, can I do this? And something said within me, you're the one, you're the one. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, while you're here and before you go back home to your respective cities and communities, write down at least 5 reasons why you deserve your dream, why you won't give up, what's going to make you unstoppable, why you must be unreasonable. Because logical, practical thinking says you can't do it today. But if you want to produce unreasonable results in your life, like living your dream and taking charge of your destiny, you've got to be an unreasonable person. You've got to be an uncommon person. So write down the reasons of why you're here. My first major goal was to buy my mother a home. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, what will reasons do? Nietzsche said, if you know the why for doing, you can endure almost anyhow. What do you mean by that? If you know why you're doing something when the hard times come, and they're going to come, when the disappointments and rejections come, and they're going to come by the truckloads, your reasons will be your rod and staff to comfort you, to pick you up once again. I got a saying on one of my tapes, if life knocks you down, try and land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. Let your reasons get you back up. I remember when I bought the home for my mother, and she came out of the car. When I opened the door, I said, "Mom, I think I know these people in this house." That was my first major goal, and then I couldn't conceal it anymore. I said, "Mom, I got this for you." And as she went from room to room looking at the house and saying, "Thank you, Jesus, thank you, Lord," no one ever could have convinced me that this could have happened to me. And she looked at me and said, "Lizzie, you caused me so much problems as a boy. You were always into stuff." She said no one could have convinced me that day when I walked into that house and this lady was holding you and your brother. And she said, "Ma'am, I want you to promise me 2 things." And she said, "What is it?" She says, "1, promise me that you won't separate them." She said, "I want them raised together. I want them to know each other. I got pregnant while my husband was away in the war, and I can't keep them. Promise me that you won't separate them." She said, "I promise I won't. I've never had children. I promise I won't separate them." And she said, "Promise me that you never tell him about who I am, because if my husband ever found out, he would kill me." She said, "I promise." And she said that she gave them to us, and she kind of cried. And as she was walking out the door, she looked at my adopted mother. She said, "Remember, don't you separate them." She said, "I swear to God I won't separate them. I'll keep them together." And she said, as I held Yoel in my arms, I never had any children in my arms. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I knew with the help of God I would do it. And ladies and gentlemen, my mother had a dream of having children and raising us. She didn't know how she was going to do it. You're going to be just like that. And some of you are already there where you don't know how you're going to make this happen. But you just feel within yourself, some way, somehow, with the help of God, I'm going to make it happen. Repeat after me, please. No matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. Shake somebody's hand on your right and left and say, "You got the right stuff. Yes, it's possible for you to live your dream." It's necessary that you associate with winners, that you work your system, that you are relentless, that you never give up. It's you. You've got to take personal responsibility. You've got to make it your personal business to make it happen. And you've got to resolve within yourself, I can do this. It's hard, but I'm the one. I'm the one to make this happen. I'm the one to become successful in this business. As you work to help other people become successful, that feeds your success. But you know it's going to be hard. Find out what will make it worth it for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to make your dream become reality, the people that are running at their dreams know that it's possible that you can live your dream, that it's necessary that your Wi-Fi launch. Why? Because if you want to make money today, it's going to be done on the internet. I'm talking about securing your own financial future and the opportunity to create wealth. Now let me share something with you. I know a thing or two. I've been on this planet 77 years. You know why the majority of wealth is controlled by 1%? Because the 1% control the politicians. They own them. They're in their pocket, and the masses are kept divided by politics and religion. While we are fighting each other, they focus on the money, and the only people that get through are the people that are hungry. The people that are executing, the people that understand the words, "Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. In all thy ways acknowledge him." See, nothing works unless you work. Your willingness to learn whosoever will. If you're willing to learn, no one can stop you. If you're not willing to learn, no one can help you. So I said it's mindset, it's internet. It sounds like fun to me. I've got children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. A good man leaves a legacy for his children and his children's children. My goal is to let God use me as an instrument, as his representative, to let my light shine, to bring the greatness out of you, to help you step out of the conditioning and learn how to make things happen in your life in spite of the barriers that have been placed so that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Oh, I know the game. I'm a former state representative. I know the game, and I'm saying to you, don't settle, don't settle. Life has no duplicate. You have greatness in you. Get in a community of collaborative achievement, driven, supportive relationships with people who have goals and dreams, people who are going in the direction where you're going. I'm just saying that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. You have something special. You have greatness in you. Bye for now. Tyr is saying bye, but he's got little short legs, so you can't see. Oh, behave. I hope I brought a smile to your face. Bye, darling. It seems like time has picked up speed. And if you've got some bills, you don't get 30 days out of the month. You get 2 weeks. They're not just paid. No, come on. Where did time go? You're 77. Who does that? Wow, I served at the Lord's Supper. Time has picked up speed. This is a different time. I want to share with you and talk to you about something to make your life count by doing the things that are true to you. What I love about the presenters that are talking to you, people who have overcome some stuff, who have grown through some stuff and decided that will not make me or break me, but I'm going to use my voice, my story, and my example to empower people, because a lot of people need it. Some people will hear me, some people will hear Tracy, some people will hear Makuba, some people will hear you. We all have a voice. We all can impact people's lives. So as you look at yourself, look at your goals, look at your dreams, do things that are true to you. Now, let me share something else with you. I think the most important message I've ever given, the most important statement, and I want you to write this down and put it somewhere where you can see it. These individuals that you see, they're trainers, they're consultants. They have a variety of knowledge and abilities and skills. I endorse them. I support what they're doing. I know they're going to make a difference for you, for your company, for your church, for your organization, because I get the chance to see them up close and personal. We are all being processed. We are working on our stuff, including me. Live your life the way you want to live your life. I spoke to a group yesterday and I asked, if you had 3 months to live, what would you do differently? And all of them 100% said, I would quit my job. If I knew I had 3 months to live, I would start doing more programs, I would speak more, I'd be on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, I'd be doing all of them. Let me tell you something, listen why. Because I'm doing what I love to do. If you spend 40 to 50 hours a week doing something that's not you, that's stressful. But if you're doing something that's you, that's passion. Honey, you're going to rob the cemetery of your talents, of your abilities, of the gifts God put in you that He brought you here at this point in time to help clean some of this mess up. And these individuals have answered the call on their life. I'm encouraging you. What's in your heart? Do what's in your heart. Where your heart is, there your treasure is also. See, the reason I'm excited about these speakers, and we're going to be sharing stages around the world, is that we're living in an incredible time. I remember speaking in 4 or 5 different cities, having to get on airplanes and go from city to city, hotel to hotel. Now we can just do it in the comfort of our home. We've gone from brick and mortar to click and order. Now we can reach people. We can help people achieve mental health and wellness, help people develop strategies and a new skill set for this new space where we are. These people have put in a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort. So I don't want you to just listen to them. I want you to write down information, take some notes, and get contact information so you can incorporate their services for your business, for yourself, for your organization, for things you believe in and causes you support. Make every day count. I was talking to someone today and they said, well, let's get together in 2 weeks. I said, no, you just told me you're an hour and a half away. Let's do this right away. I remember when Michael Jackson said, this is it. After procrastinating and putting off going on tour, but it was not the it he had in mind, and the older you become, the more calls you get about people who are gone. I remember my high school teacher, Mr. Washington, an unusual guy. We told him, hey, did you hear, Mr. Hayes died unexpectedly. He said, Leezy. I said, yes, sir. He said, no one dies unexpectedly. We're all going to die. I said, oh, we have an expiration date. And so I'm encouraging you, make every day count. It's not the number of breaths we take, but the number of moments and events that take our breath away. Here's something I'm doing now, and I encourage you to do it. I heard something that shocked me. I didn't like the guy's voice, but I heard what he had to say accidentally. He was talking to this couple and he asked them, I'd like to give you $1 million. How do you feel? They said, wow, excited. He asked, why are you excited? The husband said, $1 million. I know what I'm going to do with it. Then the man said, I got something even better. I'm going to give you $10 million. How would you feel? They said, great. Wow, that would blow my mind. He said, there's one hitch. They said, what is it? I'm going to give you $10 million today, but you won't wake up tomorrow. You'll be dead. Do you still want it? And they said, no. He said, so you wouldn't accept $10 million today if it meant you'd be dead tomorrow? They said, no. He said, so you're saying when you wake up in the morning and you've got life that's equivalent to having $10 billion, you're still here. All sorts of stuff is going to happen to you, but you're still here. You're going to have setbacks. You're going to lose money. People will betray you. Things will happen that you didn't see coming. But each morning that you wake up, you've got a chance to work on it. You've got another shot. You've got some more time you've been given by God to begin straightening things out in your life. Every day you should be excited because you're a billionaire. You're a trillionaire because you've got life. Well, as De La Toro would say, I'll wait. I never thought about it like that. So when I wake up in the morning, I woke up and said, whoa, there are some billionaires pushing up daisies. I'm glad to be here. And I know a lot of others that would love to be here. I still got a chance to serve. I still got a chance to make my life count. I know my life has an expiration date, but I'm here now. I'm not going to focus on when I'm gone. I'm going to focus on what I do with what I have. I'm going to live my life the way I want to live my life. These speakers, they answered the call on their lives. They said, I want to live my life the way that I want to live my life. I'm going to change some lives before I leave here. I'm going to inspire some people. I'm going to bring out the greatness in some folks. I want to let people know that their adversities don't have to break them. They can make them stronger. I want them to live their dreams by making a statement and taking a stand so they leave the world in better shape than how they found it, for their children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. You have something special. You have greatness in you. Think about the fact that you're still here, that God has something in mind. A lot of people are out of here. People are dying today who never died before. Come on, oh, behave. And I decided, write this down, smile in spite of. I got some stuff going on. I got some challenges I'm facing, but you know what? Even homely people look better when they smile. Watch this. Smile at somebody on your right or left. And if they are already smiling when you look over, you're the homely one. This thing called life is for living, for laughing. Live the life you love and love the life you live, and decide that you're going to do what you can with what you have to leave it in better shape than how you found it. You have something special, you have greatness in you, so here's the truth. Life doesn't come with a rewind button. There's no duplicate, and you weren't born just to pay bills and die. You were born to build, to lead, to shine. Stop waiting for the right time. The right time is now. Every morning you wake up, you're wealthier than a billionaire who didn't make it to today. So live your life the way you want to leave your legacy. Smile through the struggle, laugh in the face of fear, serve with purpose, and never forget, you have something special. You have greatness in you. Let the world feel it before your time is up.